Yep.
All right. So, nice to meet you. I've heard, seen a lot of your work and heard a lot of your stuff about you. So, really, really cool. So first off, before we get into any of the film stuff, I did want to ask you about, on your IMDb, it says that you're a longtime student of the martial art of Aikido. And being a martial artist myself, I wanted to ask you a little bit about that. How'd you become involved
Sure.
with that?
It's just a coincidence, the first place I was working still, the owner practiced Aikido. Then the dojo was it's like 10 minutes away. So I knew the name of Aikido, but I was not sure, what's the detail. And I just went to check it out, and it's just looked interesting. Then I just started. And then ever since, it's over 30 years now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Are you a black belt or something in it?
yeah, of
I mean,
course.
I don't know how the belts go in that. I don't know if you guys have ranks or whatnot, but
Yeah, we do, but it's really not too important.
yeah, yeah. So, it says you were born in Japan, but you really loved film from a young age, and so around 18, you left to head out to the United States to pursue a career in the film business. What inspired you to want to get into special effects and makeup?
Yeah, it's several movies. It's like The Thing or American Werewolf in London and Howling and Michael Jackson's Thriller. It's not the movie, but just a music video. Those came out. It's about the same time. So I was like a 10 or 11 years old, and it was huge in the like a makeup effects industry. It's like a revolution of the film. Yeah, so I was in a good time, and yeah, so those huge influence.
Nice. Um, so, did you I mean, Thriller was a huge thing for all of us, basically.
Yeah,
I remember seeing that when it first, came on TV, and I was blown away by it too. And so it always
yeah,
kind of led me into where I'm at too, and how I love horror and all that stuff too.
mm, yeah,
Uh, so, when you left to go do that, did you want to get into special effects or makeup or both? Or
yeah. It's we our industry called the make special makeup effects, and it's different from the special effects. So this is the makeup effects, and so I was into the makeup effects. So that's what I was aiming for.
and what is the difference, if I can ask, between makeup effects and
Oh
special
yeah,
effects?
special effects is more like a visual effects, like using it's like back then there's like blood shoots out or explosion or the like Back to the Future DeLorean goes to the future. So that's the special effects. And the makeup effects is the like creatures and makeup on face. Some people creating aliens and the horror movie gore effects. Those are makeup effects. So it's a little bit separate from the special effects.
And which kind do you prefer to do more? Because
Oh, the makeup effect.
okay, yeah, because I noticed you've done a lot of both, so you got some pretty good.
Yeah, it's sort of, yeah. IMDb's got, kind of mixed up. It's like there's a special effects credit and makeup credit. And it's similarity. And it's when IMDb started, we already had a career and somebody put our name, found us and put our names and made the two categories. I don't know why they split like that,
Okay.
but it's just happened. So
And so, which one do you like more of the two?
doing,
Yeah.
I don't like a makeup effects. I like the live, like a living form. So which is like alien and creatures. Yeah, so like a more like a visual effects.
And then did you write a book you too about doing effects and stuff?
No, no, no. I have a sculpture book out.
Oh, yeah, that sculpture book.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was talking
Mhm.
about. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
very interested in the sculpture and learning to do special effects makeup and whatnot. I'm actually starting to try to do some sculpting myself. So,
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
is there anything you can any advice you can give to anybody who's looking to get into that?
It always look for reference, and you can copy the someone good so that you can learn much quicker. Many people, this is the like an imaginary creature, then you can think of using imagination, but imagination is based on your knowledge. Then if you don't know about the life form, you cannot create anything. So just trying to, you can copy, someone who did something good or the real life. So that's gonna gain your knowledge and skill. Then you can create something in future.
Nice.
Yeah.
Um, so let's see what else I got here for you. Um, so you worked on some pretty cool films. I'm gonna rattle off a couple here, just
Yeah.
because Captain Marvel, Pacific Rim, Pirates of the Caribbean, On Stranger Tides, The Hunger Games, X-Men Origins, Wolverine, The Time Machine, and Avatar: Way of Water. That's just a few. That's just a few of them there. Um,
Yeah.
but you've also worked in TV a little bit too, X-Files and Obi-Wan Kenobi. Is
Yeah.
there any difference between doing a big budget film as opposed to doing a TV show?
Well, it's the TV show usually has less time because the weekly basis, and then like X File time. Like every week there's some creature or aliens. So it's things goes really fast. And we do recycle sometimes. Recycle means the creature we used before and use that, but paint different, dress up different, make it look different. So many things like that. And but what we do is pretty much same, creating those characters. But pace is a little bit different.
How do you come up with some of these characters? Is it like a collaborative effort, or is it just somebody with a great
Yeah.
idea? Or
It's all those combination. Sometimes there's the specific designer, and sometimes we have opportunity to design ourselves. And just the experience. It's the been doing so long. Yeah,
so, how long have you been doing it?
over 30 years now. It's since 91. So
Wow.
yeah,
And so you found yourself working at Stan Winston Studios
yeah,
for pretty long time. You
yeah,
worked with some huge, huge movies, like I just named a few there.
yeah.
Um, how did you get into the creature sculpting and creature effects? And
Yeah.
how'd you get the role there of of artist at the Stan Winston Studios?
Well, basically, back then, just everybody like send the portfolio and then resume. So they have a kind of list of people, backup people, they can hire when the opening comes. Then so there's a good timing. So Jurassic Park 3 and AI happened, like two major movies happened at the same time. And so there was opening. So they were looking for the new artists. So I was just one of them. And yeah, they called me and I went to the interview. So there's a trial period for like 2 weeks. So that was the biggest moment of my life, 2 weeks,
Oh yeah.
longest 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you do on Jurassic Park? Like, what are your
Mm.
roles when you go to do some of these films? What do they put you
So okay, so again, so same time like a JP3 and AI was happening same time. So I was mainly, working for AI. And some like AI's downtime, I helped out the Jurassic Park. So Jurassic Park 3, what I did was helped sculpt on the Pteranodon. And yeah, I sculpted the whistle, raptor whistle, and some like experimental dinosaur in the pod in the liquid. So I created one of them. And I think that's about it for the Jurassic Park.
And hate to ask this again, but for like X-Files, what kind of stuff did you do on the X-Files?
X-File. So there's the X-File and the Buffy, the Vampire Slayer was happening same time. So and it was mixed up. I sometimes I get confused like which show I was working. And besides, I never watched the show. So it's hard to tell which episode I worked on. Yeah, there's many aliens and the creatures, but I don't know which the Buffy Charmed was happening same time. Like a three shows, Charmed, Buffy, and X-File. simultaneously just we are creating stuff.
And
So
those are all hit shows too, like big time
yeah,
shows. So that must have
yeah,
been a lot of work.
yeah, yeah. It was fun days. Yeah.
Do you ever get tired of doing the sculpting? Is there ever days where you're just in there and you're like, oh man, I kind of don't want to.
It happens once in a while, yeah. But now, yeah, now I'm kind of, it's I wouldn't say fed up, but it's time to move up, for the next stage. So which is the directing. So
Yeah, which I did check out your previous film, which I'll get to that here in a second. But I really enjoyed
yeah.
that one. So I just
Oh, thank
checked
you.
that out. So I thought it was really good. Uh,
Thank you.
yeah, so I mean, it's well known that you're a horror guy. And like I said, you've mentioned a couple of really cool shows you've been on that were horror stuff, and
Yeah.
but you've also done a ton of movies that. So I want to name off a couple of these real quick for those people to hear too. So you
Okay.
worked on Phantoms, Children of the Corn 3, Urban Harvest, She Creature, Teenage Caveman,
Yeah.
Return of the Living Dead, Necropolis, Return of the Living Dead, Rave to the Grave, Cabin in the Woods, which I love,
Mm.
and one of my personal favorites, Deep Rising.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
so how did you get into the horror, the horror aspect of it all? How did you move from doing stuff like AI and Jurassic Park, although Jurassic Park could be considered kind of a horror movie, but how did you move into the horror genre? How did you find yourself in that?
You mean the doing the makeup effects or the?
Yeah, yeah, just moving into, yeah,
It's just coincidence, if jobs there, they hire. So that's the then happen to be just a horror movie. So I was not intended to apply for that. It just happened.
but you enjoy doing the
Yeah,
work.
yeah, of course, yeah.
Is
Yeah.
there a difference between the work and doing something, a big thing like AI or Jurassic Park, and then doing something smaller like Cabin in the Woods or?
Well, depends on what I do. It's the like a big movie. It's fun too. It's the more time, more quality, and also people recognize more. And smaller one. If it's the what we make, it's fun. It's fun. It's a Cabin in the Woods. I had a great time. It's a busy show, but I was in charge of creating the moment. So which is a good experience. Start to finish. I was in charge. So
Did you
yeah,
come up a lot with a lot of those creatures yourself, or?
yeah. We it's the so that movie. They trying to make everything we can possibly think of.
Yeah, yeah,
So we kind of create. We all fan of those creature films. So we made a list on what we can make, and so whenever we have downtime, so just have make something fresh, like a original stuff.
yeah,
And yeah, I've done a lot for that movie. It's
yeah.
not so quick, it's hard to tell, so many things happen once. Yeah, but as I creating the moment, and also there's the alien, that's the cut off. That's the alien in the elevator, scares the two guys.
Yeah.
But we shot that, and they didn't use it, so replaced to the smoke ghost from the by the CG. That's kind of disappointment. But yeah, fun experience.
Yeah, because there's, I love that movie just because I'm a big monster nerd too. I love
Yeah,
monsters. That's one of my favorite things ever. And
yeah,
seeing so many in that, there was a couple times where you had to pause it and, try to see what you can see of, because there was so many creatures in it. So
yeah,
yeah, I really
yeah,
loved that one. That was, when it came out, it was one of those ones that a lot of people didn't understand at first, but then, now
right.
it's got a huge cult following. So it's a big.
Yeah, it does. That's
Uh,
fun.
and I wanted to ask you, what did you do on Deep Rising? Because that's one of my all-time
Yeah.
favorites from horrors.
Okay, so I was sculpting one of the tentacle. So it's gonna be. I don't know if they use the physical one. We cast it with silicone. Then also they scan to the CG.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, so Robotine, so the guy who created that thing, and Robocop. So yeah, he was my hero. So that was my dream to work for him. And yeah, so young, 20, 24, 23 or 24. And yeah, that's the Rob's insane. It's like yeah, genius, but insane. So just he wants to spend crazy amount of time for creating something. And I had like 6 weeks of just create the sculpt the tentacle, just one tentacle, 6 weeks. So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, because like, I'm barely getting into some of that, doing that now, and man, that's a lot of
Yeah.
work. And so to do something that big, that's a big scale.
Yeah.
So
So there's a huge tentacles, like a different look, different size. So I did, yeah, I worked on a few of them, and that's about it. And some other artists, creating the maquette for the full creature. I was too young for doing that. And melting the yeah, one of the victim got bitten by the creature, and yeah, from the live cast and uh, yeah, just I worked on part of the body of the victim. So that's about it.
like doing, I know I kind of already asked this a little bit, but do you like doing more body effects, or do you like doing the creatures more?
Creatures more creatures and character. Yeah.
Do you guys come up with backstories and stuff for the creatures as well, or?
Well, usually not. It's just there's already a script and have a basic
Yeah.
backstory, I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah. Yeah.
So, oh yeah, so I wanted to ask you about your previous feature film, because this leads into your directing. So, what made you want to step out from doing just special effects and heading to directing yourself? Because I know you've done a couple of short films and then a previous feature film. The what was it, Gehenna, which was
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that one. I love the special effects you did in that for the Skinny Man.
Yeah.
Doug Jones, that was amazing. So.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's the actually directing the film is that I wanted to do for a long time. It's like since I was 20 years old. So I was 18 when I moved to America and pursue this makeup effects career. And thankfully, my parents were supportive. And I got in this industry when I was 19. So 20, then I became like independent, financially became independent. So, and that time, when I went back to Japan, I met the friend from junior high school, and she was making the movie in the college. And when I hear that, and I thought, oh shit, that's what I really wanted to do. It's not this job. This is the filmmaking is what I wanted. Realize that financially independent. Couldn't ask my parents for college. That's too much. That's 92. And if you want to make film, you have to go to the school to get the equipment. It's not like a digital days. So I was just killing my passion deep in my mind for a long time, long time. And one day, so one of my when I was working on some film, and somebody was editing video in a laptop, and that freaked me out. And can you do that in computer? So that kind of opened up my mind. So just yeah, that dream I was killed, was just came back. And then finally I decided, and after I finished working for Hellboy, and I had a downtime, and I decided to, go to the directing career.
Now, are you still
Yeah.
working for Stan Winston Studios, or are you just doing your own thing
Oh,
now? Or
oh, just my own. I haven't done much effects work anymore. Yeah,
well, I mean,
BGMC making film now.
you did Way of the Water, though, didn't you? Avatar: Way of the Water just recently.
Where the water? What's the main title? Where?
Avatar: Way
Oh,
of.
Avatar. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? That was 3 years ago. 3 years
Oh,
ago.
okay, yeah, because it does take a
Yeah,
while for a film to come out. Yeah, so
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
people don't realize
That's,
that.
actually, it's been maybe 10 years. That's a crazy, insane film.
Wow.
Yeah,
So you're doing the special effects on your own films, though, right? Is that, I mean,
I do. Yeah.
for Gehenna, which was really
Yeah.
cool. Like I said, I really love that Doug Jones in that skinny suit at that.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
that's
Yeah.
freaky. It reminds me of the movie Record. I don't know if you've seen that one. Uh,
Oh, right.
there's a series, the Record movies, the REC movies. Record. They're
It's like,
Japanese. I think it's Japanese. Yeah.
oh, okay, yeah, I
Yeah.
don't
And they have that where a really emaciated woman basically looks like the same guy that you made, but a woman
Hmm.
of it. So yeah,
Oh,
it's
you
really
mean the Wreck?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Wreck, yeah, Spanish movie.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that's great. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
love
there's
it.
Spanish
Yeah.
movies. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's four of them or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah,
But that usually happens in horror. Once one takes off,
yeah,
there's a
me too.
million sequels to all of them. So, but but
You
yeah,
know,
I really
one,
enjoyed that film, and I thought you did a really great job, for being your first feature film directing. I mean, it was really intense, some really good scenes, some great
thank
acting,
you.
and special
Thank you.
effects were top notch, obviously.
Thank
So,
you. Thank you. Yeah,
um,
that's great advertise.
yeah.
Yeah,
So that leads us into your new movie, End of Loyalty,
yeah.
which is a little bit of a change of pace for you. It's not the same stuff you're normally doing. It's not necessarily
Right.
creatures and stuff. It's an action film. So,
Yeah.
what made you want to get into action instead? And what was the
So,
basis for this?
so basically, I love the all kind of a movie, like anything. I even don't mind the directing the romantic comedy.
Oh,
But see, the first movie, the Gehenna, so I just get funded from a Kickstarter. I just started from that. So if I pitch, like I gotta make the romantic comedy, I can't make penny. So I have to push my ability, for that's gonna be the pitch of the film. So I just chose the horror. Of course, I love horror too,
yeah.
and I love all kind of genre. And so End of Loyalty is the I asked to a distributor, the same distributor from Gehenna, and so he said what type of movie they are looking for. So then he told me, okay, oh yeah, we are looking for like action is hot now, and also a dinosaur movie. And the dinosaur movie, yeah, dinosaur movie is even cheaper. you know?
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't want to do that. And so action's cool. So the video camera I got, the when I decided to be a director, so I got the video camera. And the first project I made was the promotion video of Aikido, so which is made some action sequence,
Yeah.
and yeah, I really enjoyed it. Then so my sensei, teacher, instructor, helped me to choreograph. Then that's like over 10 years ago. So now, so I hired him as the stunt coordinator for the new one. Yeah, so that's the dream came true. So we are saying we wanted to make the film someday, and it just happened.
So did you guys? So you were saying, did he help you out doing the Gehenna? Because I know there's a couple action
No,
fight scenes in that.
no, no,
You
no,
didn't choreograph any of that stuff, or
no, no,
okay?
no. But
Yeah, 'cause
on this
I know
one,
I know martial arts people like to tend to choreograph their own fight scenes and stunts and stuff because they know what they're doing more so than somebody else who doesn't. So
yeah. Again, as just as an action, it's almost nothing. So
yeah, there was only a couple few scenes, but so is there a lot of fighting in this one in the end of
oh
Loyal?
yeah, definitely, yeah,
And then
yeah.
what's the I know what the premise is, the synopsis is, but can you tell everybody else what it is about?
Yeah, it's the based on the revenge story. The mafia's son. His father got killed by the enemy. Then then also his daughter was kidnapped. So she takes revenge. Just helping daughter and killing him. But at the same time, he has the best friend from elementary school. He works for law enforcement. And so he trying to stop him, and but he trying to go to revenge. So the guy, law enforcement guy, is struggling if he choose the friendship or loyalty to the government. So that type of story.
And what is it like directing drama? Some of the drama scenes and stuff, because that's a very hard thing to do. I mean, I'm a brand new director. I just directed my first short film, and
Okay.
it's out in the hitting the festivals right now. But I mean, it's a hard thing to do drama, comedy drama. But how do you get do the drama scenes, and how was that?
It's no. First of all, you have to get the good actors, and I got one. Yeah, everybody was so good, and sometimes they act something different from my intention. So then I can explain. So not how to do it, but explain about the situation and how what they supposed to feel. So then they, if they understand, so they can come up with great emotion, and so that's a key. I shouldn't direct too specific. So that's my trick, I think.
Yeah, kind of let them figure out what they want to do a little bit.
Yeah,
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 it always helps when they can give you a little bit extra stuff that you didn't expect. Or I've seen that
right.
a lot of directors who say, letting them go a little bit off script, sometimes helps the
Yeah,
production. So
yeah. I'm pretty cool about the specific dialogue. So it doesn't have to be stick with the detail.
yeah, whatever
Mhm.
feels more fluent.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All right. So, who were some of your influences and stuff for directing and doing special effects and stuff? Who were some of the? I mean, I know you mentioned Rick Botin, obviously, but who were some of the people that you looked up to make movies and special
Well,
effects?
yeah, of course, when I was younger, Steven Spielberg was, huge. And yeah, I was so, love everything he does. And he's incredible, I think, And as a director wise, him and Roberto Zemeckis,
Oh
the
yeah.
Back to the Future, yeah,
Oh yeah.
and James Cameron, of course.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, I love the pure entertainment movies. And yeah, I got learned so much from watching thousand times those movies. And yeah, so that's those top three is Zemeckis and Spielberg and James Cameron.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, so what was it like working with Spielberg and Cameron? That you got to do a little there.
yeah, not much interact, not directly meeting, but just yeah, Spielberg came to see our works when I was working on AI, and he like the studio owner Stan Winston is explaining who's doing what, and of course Steven he knows who's doing artist is the one who's doing creating, so he always look at us and he look at me and okay, yeah, that's great. He told me, and yeah, so impressive. So nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
What?
James Cameron.
Oh, go
Yeah,
ahead.
so everybody in the same way. James Cameron, Rob Marshall, and they got good respect to the artist, and yeah, we really appreciate that.
And then, did you pick up anything from watching some of these directors do their stuff that helped you direct your own films?
Yeah, yeah, we do. Yeah, I do. Yeah, yeah,
Is oops,
yeah.
just give me that 10-minute thing now. Oh, did it just kick me out? Oh, that's weak. Kick me out there. All right, still got about 10 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, I can hear your voice. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
it kicked me out for a second there. So I don't know what that was. Like I said, I'm kind of new on this Zoom stuff. So
Yeah.
uh, so how did you land some of these people for your films? Vernon Wells and Michael. I always butcher his last
Yeah.
name.
Parrot.
Yeah.
Michael Parrot. Yeah. Okay, so we have a certain budget, and distributors asking for some named actors in the movie, and then so we can manage like this much budget. So then I asked the distributor, okay, you have any list of actors we can hire? Then so he sent us the list, and so I checked that out, and I saw the Michael Paré. That's the Streets of Fire. It gave me huge influence when I was young. And have you seen the movie Streets of Fire?
No, but I have seen Eddie and the Cruisers. I love Eddie and the Cruisers, so
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
I'm
same
very
guy.
familiar with his work. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Dark Side.
I strongly recommend Streets of Fire. That was huge in Japan, and he was a big star in Japan too. So I was in a junior high school, and the music was so incredible. So like every morning before I go to school, just play the music and then go to the school. But anyway, so in a list, so I saw his name and oh shit, Michael Paré. It was really, it's like, and so I got to offer him, so we got this project, and then he was so nice, and he told me he wanted to meet me, and so met him, and he accepted my offer. And also Vernon is he's from the World Warrior and the Commando and the Inner Space, and I've been watching it's the countless times, so many times, and the same thing was that he was in the list, and man, that's the incredible. In the list, there's like a Gary Busey or the who else? The Thomas Howell. Like several names I got. And Steve Guttenberg.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's like amazingly. It's amazing dream that just came true. It's like who would imagine when I was in the high school days, looking at those guys
Oh
in
yeah.
Hollywood movies, from Japan, and I could be directing them. So that's it's kind of scary, but unbelievable.
Well, I mean, it's a thrilling thing. You got to direct Lance Henriksen too in your
Yeah,
Gehenna, so I mean that was
yeah,
pretty cool too. I mean, he's a big
I
time
was,
horror alum, so
yeah, he was so nice, and yeah, so scared, but he was nice. Did you check the after credit, the Gehenna?
no, I didn't watch all the way through. Is there any
Oh
good
yeah,
part?
please
Oh, I'll
watch
have to
it.
go back. Yeah, yeah, I'll go back.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
if you're a fan of Lance, you love it.
Oh, okay, yeah, definitely. I'm going back to that then. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, normally on when it's films like that, they don't have an extra thing at the end. So I do
right.
watch through the credits, but I don't necessarily watch through all the credits because I do like to watch credits. That's how I know people
Yeah,
who do work, like yourself is and stuff. That's how we come across people like you. So
yeah. Lance was only a cameo, so when I was shooting, that's kind of waste, kind of wasting use him just this much.
yeah,
So then I just wanted to add on the making,
yeah,
some
yeah.
footage. Yeah, but maybe I can put this after the credit. So it's more like a joke, for the fan people. But you see it. It's funny stuff.
Yeah, I'll definitely go back and look that up now. I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
like I'm a big fan of his too, so
yeah, yeah. Then you love it.
So, we're getting close to wrapping up here. Are there any other future projects you have going on, or
Yeah, right now I'm working on the next horror film, so it's shooting in next month.
is there
Yeah.
anything you can tell us about that, or is that all you can? I mean,
Oh yeah, I can tell. Yeah.
I don't want you to give anything away. So,
Yeah, it's the another supernatural horror involving with about the Mayan ritual.
okay,
So it's like a grudge meets ritual type of movie.
okay, yeah, I
And
like both of those. I love the read.
yeah,
That one blew me away when I saw that. So,
yeah, cool, cool.
and where can people follow what you're doing, follow your work, and whatever you've got.
Oh yeah, maybe Twitter and Facebook. So under my name, Hiroshi Katagiri. And yeah, can check the updates from that.
So no plans of slowing down anytime soon, huh? Are you going to direct anything else after this Into Loyalty? I mean, I know it's going to take a while, but because movies,
Yeah,
like I said, movies take a couple years to come out. People don't realize between making it, even making my short film, it took me 2 years just to put it out. So it's a
oh
lot of,
man, yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
but
yeah. Yep, I love keep doing it. So it's great.
so you are going to direct though. You are going to direct even more. We're going to get
Oh
some.
yeah, I will. Yeah, that's
Okay,
my
yeah,
plan. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, because Gehenna was great, and I can't wait to see Into Loyalty, which
Oh, okay.
it comes out in March here, right?
Yeah, March 7. Yeah, it's gonna be on DVD and on demand. I don't know which platform yet, but yeah, it's gonna come.
Probably be Amazon or any of those type of Amazon Prime,
Hopefully, yeah.
something
Mhm.
like that. All right,
Yeah.
yeah, I can't wait to see it. I mean, especially knowing the fact that you know who you brought in, your sensei, to do some of the fight sequences and stuff. It's gonna be I have a feeling it's gonna be a really great action
Yeah,
movie. So yeah.
yeah. So action is I got the uniqueness. This is a super low budget movie, so I have to compete. In order to compete with the big budget movie, action has to be something special and unique. So that's I focus on the choreograph of that.
And just real quick, so did any of those actors have any problems doing any of the martial arts stuff?
Oh no, they were incredible. That's great picking up so fast and quick learner. Everybody did an amazing job.
I just asked because I had a friend, Zane Hirschberger. He's a director. He
Hmm?
he's a black belt himself, and he was teaching some of the girls in his movie to do some fight scenes, and some of them couldn't do certain
Yeah,
things. So he was like, "Well, you can do this type of
yeah.
thing, so I want you to be this type of person. You know, you do kicks, you do elbows, and you do, you know." So he was giving like different things to different people. So, but yeah, so
Yeah, I was teaching that too.
yeah, yeah. That's what I figured because you know, yeah, we know the moves and stuff and what it looks like to actually do the fighting. So you know, it's a lot of people just see it and they don't
Yeah.
understand it. So. But thank you. I want to say thank you. Appreciate you taking some time out of your day to your busy schedule to talk to me. It's
Yeah,
fantastic.
thank you.
Love all your work and everything, and can't wait to see what else you got. And can't wait to watch End of
Yeah, thank
Loyalty.
you. Yeah, it's kind of slowing down.
Yeah. It's
Okay,
starting.
yeah, yeah, you got it. I got
All right.
it.
I'm gonna stop the
Yeah,
record.
so let me know when this video come out. Give me a link and I can just spread to my
Definitely.
friends too.